Hey, let's have ourselves a show.
Nothing says country bumpkin like that. Thank you, YouTube, for copyrighting our music. We appreciate it. Hello, everyone. I'm Mr. First Down on the eve of the first preseason game, and I am joined his triumphant return from the work industry. He is the Ohio Titans fan. He is the one, the only Bradley Mangold. Bradley, how are you?
Okay, Carrot Top. Good. How are you doing, man?
Good. All right. Everybody's seen the hat. I can take it off now. I can take it off. Oh, gee whiz. I can't feel my brain. Anyway, so go ahead and make your jokes about that. We are delighted to be back. We're delighted to talk about things. We're delighted to talk about camp so far. We're delighted to be on right before the eve where we face the 49ers. Now we should be like up front of it. We'll leave it on. I'll tell you what, if I get 5 people saying leave it on in the chat, I'll do it. I'll do it. Hot take. Don't just say it 5 times in a row.
4 more guys, come on.
Yeah, just 4 more. 18 of them. Oh crap.
Right.
Anyway.
No.
I'm gonna wear it for days. So anyway, we're happy to have you here, and we're going to get to some of these topics about camp. Brad, you haven't been on in a while. You got anything special that you've seen about camp so far before we start our cool subject lines that are going to appear right at the bottom of the screen?
There's been some great things. Calvin Ridley's been doing a good job from what I heard. Let's get to it. It's that I word. Hopkins is hurt. Caleb Farley is hurt. No big shocker there. I mean, love the guy, but his body just can't stay up with it. And then Shadick Charles retired. I don't know what happened. Hopefully, maybe he'll come back in the future, but I hope everything's okay with him.
So the way I look at it is with Shadick Charles retiring, at least it's at right guard, right? Where you got guys in depth there. We don't have it at right tackle. So nobody can get injured at right tackle right now. So, but there is something to say, like Shadick Charles was taking a lot of snaps, that's sure. But if you look at the last 2 practices, he was starting to lose snaps to Dylan Radins. Did he feel that pressure after 5 years in the league? Did he start feeling some like, oh my gosh, I've made it? And then somebody started to, get up on him. And then next thing you know, Dylan Radins is your starter. Who knows? Maybe they told him a couple of days ago, like, hey, man, I'm sorry. Dylan's a little more polished than you are. I don't really know. I'm just speculating, but it was odd to see him take all the snaps and reps.
Yeah.
And then it was Dylan Radins splitting with him. So something had to be up. I don't know what it was, but it kind of looked like it was starting to lean towards Dylan Radins' way. And Ethan Freese talked about that on Twitter. So it's very odd. It is very weird that he stepped out because, I mean, you still could get a pretty good payday as a depth player, but maybe there's something going on we don't know about. I hope he's okay. I hope this isn't a cancer diagnosis. I hope this isn't a sick family member. But I hate to see somebody leave, especially since we were, kind of counting on him to be here this year.
Exactly.
So, yeah. I can't think of any crazy major storylines or anything like that off the top of my head. I mean, Will Levis is going to be in a mayonnaise commercial. It was oddly weird and sexual, the trailer for it. I will say this. He embraces it. He has embraced the mayonnaise. Hillman's mayonnaise is out at the stadium during game day. But like him sniffing the mayonnaise in this trailer and going, shh, it's just a little creepy. It's funny. So I hope people I don't know what to tell you, man. It's just
Mr. Mayo. That's his nickname now.
He's the Mayo Man. I don't know what to say. He's the Mayo Man. I've always called him the Mayo Man. He is the Mayo Man. There's no stopping him now. So, I mean, other than that, it's just basic stuff. Let's see who's all beat up. Farley is beat up. But we'll get more to that. First, you know what? I'll swing you a curveball here. The one thing we know for sure, we are going to pass the ball 60% of the time. We know that for sure. That's right. What do you know for sure?
The defensive tackles are coming for your opposing quarterbacks, NFL.
Yes.
Especially
in the middle. Testify.
Yeah. Sweat's from what I heard, he's killing it. And hey, that's a good thing. We need it. I know he's giving Lord Cushenberry a tough time too, so that's a good sign.
And Cushenberry ain't no pushover either. So
it's a good sign. I don't know who's gonna be the other edge rusher with Harold Landry, but because it was funny to me that Titans fans made fun of Danico Autry for getting suspended 6 games for PED, and then Auden Key gets suspended 6 games. I'm like, oh, that's just the ultimate payback. I
had said, what's the over under that Arden Key and Danico Autry have the same guy that give them their supplements? I think it's pretty high.
It's pretty high. I just found that funny because it's like, oh, look, that's what we get making fun. Well, I didn't make fun of them, but I'm like, it happens. But
yeah,
it happens. But
I agree. Okay, all right, let's get these segments done. All right, let's see what we got here. You know what? I'm gonna find us a little tunes here. We'll go a little lo-fi. Is it here? Yeah. Oh, that's very lovely. It's kind of loud, so I'll turn it down. Get smooth, baby. Yeah, get zen. Yeah, get zen. Yeah, find your center. Anyway, put the head on, man. The only way I'm watching. Well, all right. Because it makes me a little. Hot Take is a Giants fan, and he is my favorite troll of all time. He knows that, and he knows I love him. And he's definitely going to be on the
Malik Neighbors fight at the Lions joint practice.
Goodness gracious. $200,000. Woo! That's one fight. All right. Let's see if we can get this done here. Where did all my stuff go? Oh, there it is. Okay. Hey, Brad. You know what I like?
Give it to me.
I like Tyler Boyd catching the majority of the passing touchdowns. That's what I like.
He is looking good. He's looking good.
My hands don't work that way. It's like
right.
Rah.
Yeah, it looks like Tyler Boyd is gonna take that slot position. Maybe wide receiver number 2, depending on D Hop's recovery time, but. He's looked good. I mean, Calvin Ridley's looked good. Traylon, he always looks good during preseason and training camp.
Yeah, I was like, Traylon Burks looks good. Is this his year? Has it finally come? You know who looks good? MWI.
He bulked up and got stronger, but it's the head injuries that concerns us. I don't think he's had any issues with his upper body. It's just been the concussion. So.
Yeah,
no offense. You can put on as much muscle as you want. It ain't gonna help you with the concussions. So
there's a Twitter follower, a guy I follow named Diddy, who's a Titans fan in Pittsburgh. God bless him. Fight the good fight, brother. And that's fight the good fight. And he says, "Why is that man always jumping to grab the ball when he doesn't need it?" He does jump a lot to get the ball. Don't jump. Catch the ball. Extend. Catch the ball. Pollard fully healthy in a full offseason, going to be good. Yeah, I think so too. That's you know what he likes. You know what Hot Take.
I gotta go with the Spears, man.
All right, hey,
the Spear.
You gotta say the line first. Say the line before you say it.
Well, I'm gonna go different. You know what I like?
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Do it. I'm all fired up about it.
I like this secondary. Speed. Quandre Diggs. Was it Travis Brownie, the free agent?
Jarvis
Brownie. I've been liking him. Forget Trey Avery's and the other guys, but I like the secondary. Quandre Diggs, that's a big, good safety to have. Now, how's Jamal Adams going to fit into this?
He's rushing the passer.
They might, as I said, they might do what the Chicago Bears did, the 85 Bears, and use the 46 defense, bring him down as a linebacker. I mean, there's no disrespect. Jamal Adams is not known for his interceptions. He's known for his tackling ability.
He is not a ball hawk.
No. Yeah, he's not a ball hawk. So that's going to be more Hooker and Quandre Diggs. And I like this secondary. That's what I'm going with. I'm very psyched about the secondary. Now, my big question with Wilson is, can he use Snead as good as Kansas City had him? That's what we're going to find out.
Oh, there it is. There it is. There goes Brandon.
Is that true? I got to look that up.
That true? Is it out there? Is it out there, hot take? Is it? Is it?
I'm looking up. I had him going to the Browns or Steelers.
2nd and 5th. Wow. And Cooper. Are they giving him Amari Cooper?
They better not, because that would be just not good.
That little football, but this is news coming into the news desk. Browns making moves.
I haven't seen anything yet, but if it is, that would be stupid, because Amari Cooper Amari Cooper, my fault. He's better than Brandon Ayuk. Ayuk's a good number 2 to have, but I don't know if he's number 1 yet.
I don't see anything yet. It may have just broken up.
Well, who knows? Oh yeah, I've never called somebody a liar, but
no.
I need evidence.
Hot take. It could be coming on TV right now, and he's looking at it.
Right, true.
Yeah.
Well, thank you, hot take.
On the Sleeper app, reported by NBC. Holy snikes! All right.
If that's true, man, I think the Browns would not be happy about that, because you want to keep Amari Cooper with Brandon Ayuk. They do got David Njoku, though, but still got that good offensive line.
Yeah.
But
that's amazing. Where'd you buy that hat? I got it from the team store, sir. I ordered one, and they sent me like 4, which is great, because the wind catches thing. Sometimes it just goes by.
One for the whole family.
Look at that hat's riding the wind. So sorry, that was horrible. Anyway, but yeah, wow, well done, Browns. I mean, they that's another dangerous weapon for them. They must really believe in Ayuk. They must really believe
if they get the 49ers, Amari Cooper
it's
and Samuel and Kittle and CMC. 49ers.
I'll ask Bradley first, and then I would love for you, contestant to the audience, to reminds me of what? I'm trying to think of it. I don't know. It's a big cowboy hat with a Titan symbol on it. So I said, "Shut up and take my money." That's what I said.
Can't go wrong with it.
Yeah. Is Amari Cooper an upgrade for Brandon Ayuk?
I would say yes.
Oh, you think so?
Ooh. Because I like Brandon Ayuk, but I haven't seen him as a number 1 receiver because of Deebo Samuel and George Kittle. I mean, it's kind of like, so Deebo Samuel and Ayuk, I'll go back to the Steelers when they had Juju Smith, who just got released yesterday. Oh, no, my fault, today. Mm-hmm. When Juju Smith had Antonio Brown, Juju Smith had incredible numbers.
He did.
But once Antonio Brown left and Juju became number 1, he was never the same again. He was never that caliber receiver, because Antonio Brown allowed Juju Smith to get the one-on-one battles. And then even in Kansas City, Juju was not as good. So
it's not official. It's not official yet, but that's the deal on the table.
Wow.
That's the deal on the table.
I'm just saying, like, for Cleveland, I would rather have Cooper and Ayuk instead of giving San Francisco Deebo Samuel and Cooper with George Kittle and CMC. Because we know 49ers they've been trying to beat Kansas City in the Super Bowl. And I mean, still got Brock Purdy, and they still got that solid offense. So, and their defense should be better because Dre Greenlaw will be back this year. That was another reason why that didn't help them in the Super Bowl. But
I feel like I have to have the gun. Oh no! He said no. Man, yikes! It's getting nastier and nastier in 49ers country. Wow.
He's
That's
not going
crazy.
there.
Wow. He said no.
He might want to. He might watch out for Pittsburgh. Watch out for Pittsburgh. That's another team that might take him. He said no to the Patriots too, I believe.
I would say no to the Patriots at this point.
Oh yeah, they're not. Even though they got two good young quarterbacks there in New England, but they're not ready yet.
Their money still spends, right?
Yep.
I mean, that's how I look at it.
But also Devontae Adams, because I started watching Receiver on Netflix and they covered Devontae Adams. He was unhappy in Las Vegas because of Jimmy G. He did not like Jimmy G, but he could be another receiver that could be on the trade block sooner or later. But
oh goodness,
watch out for Steelers and Ayuk now, because that's probably one of his next landing spots.
Next up,
Pickens.
Yeah,
let's
sounds
continue.
Sounds about right. But you know what I like? Titans football. Anyway. That's right. Thank you for telling us hot take. That's pretty saucy stuff.
Hot take. Thank you.
You know what I like? Tajay Spears taking 2 to the house yesterday in training camp. That's what I like. And he just outran them. He broke their ankles and outran them. That is one fast, dangerous man. That's what I like. Do you like anything else, Brad?
I like the left side of the line. The left side of the offensive line. Skoronski, Cushenberry. J.C. Latham's I think he's definitely has the Jack Conklin ability, all-pro rookie. I don't think we face Cleveland this year. We'll talk about the regular season schedule when we get close to the regular season, but he's a big boy, and I like the left side of the line. I like the receiving core. I like the linebackers. No, my fault, not the linebackers. Running backs, my fault. Scratch the linebackers. I like the running backs. Pollard or Spears. I don't care who starts. I think Spears will be a little bit better.
Spears is starting. I can tell you from down here, Spears is starting.
I think Spears is better than Tony Pollard. No disrespect to Tony Pollard, but my brother's a Cowboys fan, and listen, it's the same thing. If a non-Titans fan came up to me and said, "Hey, we got this Titans player. How good would he do?" I would give him the fair assumption. And Tony Pollard was only. It's not that he wasn't that bad. But he was better with Ezekiel Elliott was a starter. When he became a starter, he just wasn't as sharp, which is fair. But I would still take Spears over Pollard, and that's not no disrespect to Pollard. I just believe in Spears more.
They're also running a lot in training camp right now, running back on each hip. That is a element of this offense that should not be forgotten. So they will be fun. All right, I'm gonna try it with these glasses on. It depends on the game. Brian Callahan envisioned Spears taking about 60-40, I think, hot take. But that was in a recent interview like today. So I think now I think if it gets cold outside and they need some power, it's probably going to be Pollard over Spears. But we'll see. We'll see how it all shakes out. It's all talk until the pads really start popping for real in September. Bradley, you know what I like? The deep ball is finally working. It's fantastic to see. It's fantastic to see Ridley running down the sideline and catching that thing. They finally started to get in their groove. There was a second there, and it was silly. But the fan in you overreacts to everything.
Oh, yeah.
It was sitting there like, oh, my gosh, they're never going to make it because he keeps overthrowing it, or he's too short, or he's too fast. And blah, blah, blah. And then lo and behold, the last 2 practices, they're lighting it up. It's all progress. That's what training camp is for. It's fun to see. Okay. I think that covers. You got anything else you like? It's okay if you don't.
I like Rand Carthorne. I really like Rand Carthorne.
He's getting it done.
He's doing great work. I applaud him for doing what he's doing. And hey, maybe during the trade deadline, we could trade Jamal Adams if he's not doing well. We don't need him because of Quandre Diggs, but it's really looking good. I mean, there's a lot of pressure on, of course, the coaches and the schemes and the schematics of things, how we're going to do stuff this year with new coaches again. But if we don't finish close to 500 or just under 500.
Yes, Scoop.
It won't bother me because, it takes time, but it's a good sturdy foundation to start with. That's for sure.
Do you like it when I nod in this thing? It's like
the hat's agreeing with you.
I guess so.
The hat has a mind of his own.
It does, especially when the wind's blowing. Let me see here. All right. Well, that was. You know what I'm not a fan of. You know what I'm not a fan of, Bradley. I am not a fan of people, of fans overreacting to a quarterback, like the social media teams, right? It's always nice, and I'm guilty of liking the videos too, but like these guys are going up against air when they take these videos of the long ball going down there. They're supposed to make those throws.
Yeah.
It's just, I'm not a fan of everybody being like, oh man, they see that and they're like, oh, perfect season coming. No. They do this, and the biggest proprietor of this has to be Denver, because they put Bo Nix back there, and you would have thought Bo Nix was a god the way they were showing him off on their social media.
Oh, Bo Nix.
I guess it's like, hey, we have to show. We're going to show off the future here. Old man Bo Nix, by the way. That's how I look at it. Old man Bo Nix. So that's what I'm not.
As
what
an
are
Oregon,
you not a fan of, Bradley?
Before I tell you my dislike, coming from an Oregon Duck fan, Bo Nix.
Oh, that's right. You were an Oregon. I forgot about that.
What I got to say about Bo Nix was leaving the SEC to go to the Pac-12. That's no longer there now. Was a soft move because SEC's tough defense. Pac-12 has no defense. If you want to know what I'm talking about, go watch the national championship where Michigan just stomped all over Washington. That shows you how much the Pac-12's defense is. But I mean, I'm not going to discredit Bo Nix, but 12th overall is a little high for him. I didn't have him going in the first round, but Denver needed a quarterback, unfortunately. But he does have Sean McVay. He has Cortland Sutton, but we'll see. It's Denver. They're probably the second worst team in the NFL right now, maybe third behind the Panthers and Giants, but
whew. Goodness.
We'll
How
see.
the mighty have fallen. Goodness gracious.
But
what are you not
I'm
a
going to
fan
start with, all right, Titans fans, you're going to hear me. I don't care. Bring it.
of? Yeah.
Jeffrey Simmons' attitude. I am not a fan of his attitude. I'm sorry. I love Jeffrey Simmons, but you can't attack every podcaster or news reporter that's going to not agree, have the same take as you. They're going to keep it real. And you know what I say to this? W's cure everything. Winning cures everything. Just go win. If the reporter says something, just say, okay, I'll prove you wrong. That's all you got to do. You don't need to get in their face trying to intimidate them or bully him. And that's been Jeffrey Simmons' thing coming out of college when we drafted him. He got into a Buck Reisner for what? He did his job. You got a job to do. He has a job to do. I have a job to do. You got to take the good with the bad. We have not been good the past 2 seasons. That's all behind us. Let them say what they say. That's their job. And just focus on your craft. That's all you got to do. And Jeffrey Simmons, I'm sorry, BS on your apology, because I'm not going to say he didn't mean it.
Because he only said it because PR got onto it.
Right.
That's why.
Yeah.
Like, let's be honest.
I don't believe that apology. It's just because if you were thinking about it, it wouldn't have happened in
in front of children.
Anyway. Yeah,
can't
in
do
front
it
of children. So I think he just needs to
cool it.
Yeah, just keep it in there and bring out in like Mamba mentality. Like, okay, I'm gonna prove it on the field instead of get into their face. Because Buck Reisner is not gonna be able to fight Jeffrey Simmons. That's a heavyweight versus a welterweight maybe they fought. So just mellow out, Big Jeff. That's all you gotta do. We don't need you make it because like if this is the NFL regular season game, referee throws a flag, you go, hey, what's this? And you get another flag for something stupid.
Yeah.
There's still things Big Jeff has to think about.
I'll piggyback off of that because I'm also not a fan of this war on media all of a sudden. Okay? Like, look, I get you. You think Paul Kaharski's a grumpy old man, and sometimes he does have old man shaking fist at the sky face. That doesn't stop him from covering the NFL for 30-something years. That doesn't stop him from not knowing what he's talking about. That doesn't stop him. Like, disagree with the take all you want. But, and Teron Davenport. Like, Teron Davenport was getting jumped on yesterday. Joe Rexrode from The Athletic. These guys know what they're talking about. They've covered the NFL for a long time.
Yeah.
We run very quickly to the defense of the player. And I don't think we should. I think we should take everything in retrospect. Okay? And guess what happens when these players, when they get out of the league and whatnot? They become the reporters. They become what they hated. What you hang around long enough till you become the villain, right? You're a good guy until whatever that quote is. I wasn't much for book learning, but anyway, you know what I'm not a fan of? Getting hyped about Caleb Farley and then he gets injured again. Yeah.
Unfortunately, yes.
Hammies. It's always the hammies.
And I know we can't. I don't think we can cut him yet because of his rookie contract deal, but this has to be his last year. And I'm sorry to take this away from you, but
that's okay. Go.
It's just like Andrew Luck.
We missed you. You can say whatever you want.
It's just like Andrew Luck. He got so sick of being injured, so sick every season trying to get healthy. It's not gonna be worth it at the end. And he's young. He's got back problems. He has knee problems. Now he's having hamstring issues. I don't know what the percentage is, but I'm guessing it's around 75%. He's been more injured and 25% healthy. At least somewhere around there. And then the worst part about it, you're spending so much time trying to get back from your injury. It's taken away from your playing time, and you're not going to learn. You're not going to adapt if you can't stay in the field long enough, which sucks because he does have good size, he does have good speed. But availability is the biggest success in the NFL, is your availability. You need that.
Yeah, I know. And it sucks about his dad and everything, but if it's not done, it's not done, right? And he's had opportunities, just couldn't get it done. And that stinks.
When we drafted him and I saw him in a back brace in the camera, good job, John Robinson. Good job. There you go, buddy.
Yeah, it's you can't win them all, man. Oh, man. Okay. Enough. And I'm no longer depressed.
Even Derrick Henry went after Paul Kaharski.
Yeah, but I don't think it was like.
No, it wasn't that. It wasn't like. It wasn't like.
It wasn't like Big Jeff going after you, right? Yeah. No, I highly doubt it. But people read into this, and they take it any way they want to take it. But you can't.
No, but I agree with you. I got the same. That's my last one of what my major dislike is. The bad majority of the Titans fans, not all of them. All of them are nice and cool, but we can't get overhyped. It's like last preseason. Like I don't watch A to Z Sports no more because I can't stand Austin. Because I remember last year he's going, "Oh my God, this team! Look at him! Look at Tannehill! Look at that!" And then the season started, and then it just fell apart. I'm like, preseason training camp looks great, but it's the Sundays.
Gotta stay steady.
Yeah, that's where. I mean, no disrespect to Ryan Tannehill.
No, you know what I'm not a fan of? I'm not a fan of? I'm not a fan of one random guy that makes a play during preseason, and all of a sudden we have to worship him. I don't hate Mason Kinsey, but my God, it seems like it's him every single year. Every single year.
Oh, God.
And then they start him and he drops passes, and they're like, we didn't give him much of a chance. And I'm like, what? Guys. These guys are evaluating players. The best guy will play. Okay? Mason Kinsey is that guy. He's that guy.
He'll be on the practice squad.
You know what I like? You know what I like? This is how we should start all our sentences, and I'll just click back.
Right.
Oh, please, hot take. What are you not a fan of? And I'm sure you're gonna say something mean. How dare you?
Oh, that's messed up.
Oh, I put the hat back on for you. You know what? Hat off. That's how we're gonna behave. The hat's coming off.
So we're gonna behave.
Now you think about what you did. Anyway, so I love. Oh my gosh, what is his name? The young slot receiver we drafted keeps getting injured. Ugh.
Phillips.
Okay. Phillips, yeah.
Kyle
Phillips says it's a clean safe. It's a clean safe. I'll sit in the corner for 30 seconds. That's not what I say. I know you're sneaking out of the room right now. If I put you in your bedroom, you'd sneak out the window. Anyway, but Phillips gets a clean slate, and I love it. And it shows up in camp. He's making catches. I love it. I hope he can stay healthy this week.
Don't put him as a kick punt returner. Leave him
out of that. Well, he said that's a clean slate, man. If they're going to do it, they're going to do it. Ooh, I know. It makes my tummy a little
I would
queasy.
say this was the interesting part when training camp first started, when they asked Alden Key what's the difference between Frable and Callahan or Wilson. And Key, if he's speaking the truth, I want to know more about this. Alden Key came out and said Mike Frable would not clean up the mess. If the mess didn't get cleaned up, he would just move on. As Wilson, he said no. Wilson says we make sure we don't make no mistakes. We don't move on until that mistake gets fixed. And that, right. And I would say I believe Alden Key, because a lot of regular season, what do we kept seeing? False starts, defense pass interference, defensive holding every week. We kept saying, why is this still happening under Mike Frable? And maybe Alden Key just say, hey, I'll strap on a pair and tell everybody, hey, Mike Frable didn't fix it. He just moved on. We never fixed it. We just gave up.
This is how I took that. Mike was expecting them to be professionals to take care of their business, right? Mm-hmm. And maybe he put the kibosh on other things, because I know he pushed them hard during practice.
Oh, yeah.
But he was expecting vets to kind of keep track. They didn't. So, or whatever. I'm not exactly sure, but that's how I took it, was he was expecting them to kind of take care of their business, and it didn't happen. So, look, it's done now. I'm still a little salty about it, but hey, what did you say earlier? W's fix everything.
W's fix everything. I mean, the reason why I'm an optimist, and this is going to be my next category.
Oh, what's the category? I will go ahead and write it down for you.
It's just the Titans. I played basketball, football, baseball. I played every sport from 5 years old to now. I still play. And the thing I learned is keep the mouth shut and just play. Because at the end of the day, you're going to win, you're going to lose. We got to fix this. This is what the Titans – see, the Titans are just the Titans. Steve McNair after Steve McNair, it's just been ups and downs. We've seen good, we've seen the bad, we've seen runs, and then we've seen streaks of losses. And when people say, why the Titans are this way? It's the Titans. That's just our way of getting in our own way at times. We just shoot ourselves in the foot, or then we look good. Like under Mike Frable, against the super good teams, we played extremely competitive, and then against the bad teams, we just looked like we didn't even wake up and it's like we just woke up out of bed. Like, is it game day? What time is it? Wake me up in 5 minutes. Oh, it's the fourth quarter. We're losing already. So I'm interested to see what Callahan can do. I know this is his first year as a play caller. That right side of the line's not as strong as the left. That's okay. I'm more worried about Will Levis's blind spot than anything. So J.C. Latham, get ready, because there's a lot of good pass rushers in this league. And whoever's the right tackle, it might be NPF, the Ohio State guy. Bulk up and stay healthy. And Dylan Radin, stop jumping off sides, or you're going to do 500 push-ups a day.
False starts, yeah. Yeah.
That's what killed him last year. Yeah.
So, all right. It's time. I got to pick a little angrier music, I think. A little angrier music. Is this music? Yes. All right. Okay.
You can do Triple H's intro.
Oh, it's all about that game. Yeah.
Right.
These are copyrighted. So let me tell you something, 49ers fans. There ain't no gold in these hills. Yes, it's a preseason game. And you're going to come in here and all of the 49ers faithful as one of those storied old franchises. I'm going to see gold jackets. No. Okay? This is a preseason game, and I've already had 8 of them telling me, like, oh, this is for takes and whatnot. It is preseason. What, your 4s are better than my 4s? Your 3s are better than mine? Who cares? Some of your guys will never see a football field again. Some of my guys will never see a football field. You're taking it too seriously. But that being said, what do you want to see? Because you're going to see the starters on offense in for just a bit.
Yeah.
I
want to see. I would not play Boyd or Ridley. I will play Will Levis for maybe 2 series. J.C. Latham will need some snaps. Lloyd Cushenberry, Pierce Ferranza. I would say start Will Levis in your first string offensive lineman. Then bring Traylon Burks, wide receiver number 1, Phillips in the slot, or Nick Westbrook-Akina as number 2. Put Phillips or Jackson in the slot. Preseason is all about loosening up and just seeing who's going to be making the team. My fault. The official 53-man roster when that time comes. But I remember. Oh my God! This. Here we go. Memory lane trip. Last preseason game of last year. I was screaming. Like, where's Tannehill? He should be out here getting warmed up. New receivers, new offensive coordinator. Why is he not out there? We bring him in for 3 snaps and they're all handoffs. And
waste.
And then week 1, he throws 3 picks against the Saints, has a horrific game. And I'm not saying preseason would have changed it, but it would have been nice to see him out there with the new receivers, new offensive coordinator. It would have been nice to see him out there to play, to get warmed up, and not just hand the ball 3 times and go sit the bench. Why put on a uniform for that? Why put on the pads? I was just like, if I was standing, I'm not going in just for 3 handoffs. This is BS. What is this? Yeah, I can do that. I mean, so
it's yeah. That falls in. That's what you're not a fan of. That's what you're not.
So I would like to see Will Levis. If it's 1 series, that's fine. But I like to see him for tops, just 2 series, especially with J.C. Latham out there. Just get him warmed up, get him used to the speed. And one thing about Will Levis, stop throwing the lofters to Spears in the open because it's going to get him hurt. We don't need that.
Zip it to the fast one.
Exactly. Just throw it to NWI. He's reliable 50% of the time. So
I think we all want to see this offense do something because all we've heard is about this offense getting better, especially locally. National media is not really paying attention to us, but like if you go on like national media guys' podcasts, they're like, you know who's intriguing? Well, I'll take that back. Rich Eisen's been pretty kind.
Yeah.
So look,
I got another one. I got another one.
Oh, which of what? Of what?
I'm piggybacking off of that. Titans fans who say we need more national
you don't
attention.
Like?
That's something I don't like. Yes.
Okay.
Something I don't like is when Titans fans go, "We need more national attention." No, we don't. We don't deserve it. We've had 2 losing seasons.
You get it when you win. Get it when you
win. We don't need that noise. We just need to focus on us, focus on the game, focus on everything else. Eventually it'll come our way, but we have to earn it. We're not going to earn it when you just last 2 seasons we've been stinking up the joint. And this is I mean, like I said, I got Jaguars finishing last in this division. I don't think they lost a lot to what they gained. I still think the Colts will give us a tough time because they are the Colts. And then Titans and Texans, they just matched each other off-season moves. Titans got Snead, they got Diggs. Then we got a great secondary, but Texans got Dillon Hunter, who's a monster at defensive end. So it's going to be intriguing. I think Titans, if Titans finish below 500, I won't be mad because I'm not expecting to set the league on fire, but they do. Hey, that's just great news for them, and that's what I'm applauding for. But I'm also being realistic. This is a new coaching scheme. This is new coaches. It might take time. It might not take time, but we will find out. And that's what's so great about the NFL. We will find out. And I'm gonna be sitting here watching the game, cursing at my TV when there's bad plays.
That's awesome. I love it. I want to see this.
My wife doesn't stay in the house when I watch the game. She leaves.
It's probably safe, right? You get covered in the middle as you just, Anyway, I'm looking forward to tomorrow. It's going to be good. I cannot wait.
I'm sleeping in this jersey.
Yeah. Ew.
No.
Watch it.
I'm not going to be doing that. I'll sleep in my other Titan shirt.
The comfy one. This one's actually pretty nice and soft or whatever. But.
Right. Is that cotton? Is that cotton?
Yeah. That's not polyester at all. Anyway, Brad, it's been fun tonight. We've had a good time. We're going up against 49ers tomorrow at 6 p.m. Central. So that'd be 7 p.m.
49er fans, I like your team. I like Kyle Shanahan. I love George Kittle. If I could pick one NFL offensive player to take in the NFL, I would take George Kittle, other than Patrick Mahomes. But I love George Kittle. He's a beast. He's a monster, and he's a fun, goofy guy. I love him. I'm a big George Kittle fan.
It's all going to come down to Chicago.
I'm not sleeping on Chicago. They got a good receiving core over there too. So
I'm not either. But boy, I am just not sold on Caleb Williams. But we'll get to that. We'll get to that when we get to the Friday before that game, and you and I are too fired up to do the show, but we're just yelling the entire time.
And you know what I'm not a fan of before we leave?
What do you not? Hold on. I didn't know you were going to do this to me. Bam.
Jeffrey Simmons, don't make fun of Caleb Williams, because if they beat us, it's going to make you look bad. Exactly. I'm just saying. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying.
You got people like that pinch his nails, bro.
Exactly. That's exactly what I feel like. Oh God. Because guess what? I was there when I was there.
I know. Hot take. That's what it all. See. Yeah, we'll see. It is on Will Levis. It is on him.
Will Levis. Because I will remember. I know we got Snead and Diggs, but guess what? I remember I watched when Baker Mayfield and Johnny Manziel beat us. Baker's good. Johnny Manziel was not good. But yeah, Johnny Manziel beat us. So that's all I'm gonna say.
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying.
Those were some dark days.
And the one thing
just for that.
The one thing, right? And Jeffrey Simmons, here's one thing that Caleb Williams has over us. Rookies can. The thing about rookie quarterbacks, Will Levis, C.J. Stroud, they have the advantage because there's no tape on them. Only tape is college, and now he's in the pros. So we don't know we're going to expect from DJ Moore, Keenan Allen, Rome Aduzie. I can't never pronounce his name.
I think it's Adunze.
Yeah. And they got DeAndre Swift. I think we'll do good. I think we'll lock down DeAndre Swift in the run game because Simmons and Sweet. Is it Sweat or Sweet? I always get confused by this.
It is Sweet. Devondre Sweat.
Yeah, so I think those two will stop the run game, but Keenan Allen is a big, experienced receiver. DJ Moore's quick. Rome's a big dude, so I think it's gonna be a good game. I can't leave Cole Kmet out, but I'll save that for the regular season game.
Yeah. Save the good stuff. Let's stay on task here.
That's Papa.
You can catch me on in about 15-30 minutes for On the Mat Wrestling with my co-host Alan, who's in Oklahoma at the moment.
Rey Mysterio, man. What's Rey Mysterio's son betraying Rhea Ripley? Oh man.
I know.
Liv Morgan.
I know.
It's crazy.
I'm staying with Rhea if it's me. I want her to rock me to sleep, make me the baby I am. Anyway. So
she is cool.
That's all we got tonight. Look forward to watching the game tomorrow. You can catch me on the Mat tonight, and then you can catch me on the LTS show Mondays and Thursdays. It's been fun, Bradley. Welcome back, bud. Welcome back.
Thank you, Hot Take, for the good comments. Appreciate that.
Hot Take City is a great follow. If you guys haven't followed him on Twitter, I suggest you do. He is terrific. It's at Hot Take City. Enjoy it. He's a pretty funny guy. Unless you're an Eagles fan, then he'll kill you. Anyway, so that's it for us tonight.
Good rivalry right there.
Yeah, it is. That NFC East. Just wait till we do the preview show on LTS. They're going to go absolutely nuts. Have a great evening, everybody. Happy Friday. Have a drink on us, and we will catch you next Saturday at 8 p.m. Central. Titans Talk, Fanboys Unleashed. See you around.